Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with an 8 of Pentacles. Very nice. I love this card. It's one of my favorite because to me, it reminds me of obviously a big tree or a garden or something that we are committed to, something that we are working so hard to achieve, and we're enjoying the process of it, and it's so rewarding, the work that we're doing, right? I feel like you're somebody who knows how to take your time and do something right. That when you care for something, it's not about you. It's not about what you're getting out of it. It's about the process of building something up, of growing something. I bet you have a really green thumb. I bet that you are someone who has a lot of plants probably in your house. You're very good with taking care of things, right? And it's kind of like you're growing these vegetables and you love them and you care for them. You're going to eat them, right? But it's just the process of watching life happen. Yeah. And so I think you're somebody that really appreciates nature, the natural world. You appreciate the forces of life. I think you're a lifer. You celebrate life. I wouldn't be surprised if you have pets or plants and people that you take care of, that you are maybe responsible for. I feel like you also are trying to be more conscious about your own health lately. Maybe it always wasn't that way, okay? Maybe you kind of were prone to excess a little bit in your past, but you've been very diligent lately. You've been paying attention to your body. See, part of the 8 of Pentacles is knowing what something else needs. Not just, one size fits all, a blanket recipe for everything. No, you know individually what each plant kind of needs to grow. You're able to appreciate and, really pay attention to the subtle, the small things that really make all the difference. Like for you, maybe you're adjusting your salt just a little bit. Just cutting back a little bit on the sweets, perhaps. And that's going to make such a huge difference for you. It reminds me of a little bit of sand in the microchip, and it really is, it's sort of a delicate process. It's like when you're growing out, I'm not really that good at growing stuff. I'll let you in on a secret. My wife is, though. She's got the green thumb. But it's really, a little bit too much water, a little bit too much sunlight, it's going to be bad. The plant's not going to be healthy, right? So you're looking to find just the right balance of ingredients, the right balance of energy to optimize the situation, right? So something can grow and fulfill its potential the best that it can. You can get some tomatoes, yeah, whatever, but you want just the biggest, best, the tastiest, juiciest tomatoes that you can find, that you can grow, right? And so it's not just about something being done, okay, it's good enough, we'll move on. No, you want something to be the best that it can be, to live up to its potential and fulfill its potential, yourself as well. Now we're going to put this card into some context. We're going to see what's going on. We got, a Knight of Wands. Interesting. A 5 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. 5 of Cups. And a 7 of Wands. I kind of feel like you're dealing with something that's sort of, it's almost as if you got some pests in your garden or something, right? I feel like there's, especially with the 5s here on top and bottom, water and fire. Ten of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. Another 5, 5, 5, and 5. Lots of changes going on mentally, emotionally, and in terms of where your vital energy is going. But as we like to say, whenever we get the 5, we like to look around for the 4. Things are stabilizing. Okay, things are really, there's luxury coming at the end of this. This is the end of this battle, right? And I think it's really a battle for you to conserve your resources. Okay, you could be in the middle of it could be a financial thing, but I'm getting this feeling that there is an older male energy in your life that you're maybe taking care of, or that is going through something, and you're there to support them. Okay, and older male energy, it could be dad, grandpa, it could be an older brother, it could be a friend who's a little bit older, it could be your spouse who's a little bit older. It doesn't have to be a huge age gap, but I feel that you're the kind of person that really will expend a lot of, and it's almost like no expense spared to take care of somebody. You know, somebody needs you, you're there, and you're giving everything you have to that situation. Okay, this is part of your 8 of Pentacles. Part of the 8 of Pentacles, in a very literal way, is about healing, about something growing and being built up and becoming the very best version of itself, right? The very best tomato. And then when we combine that with a Knight of Wands, there's a sense of urgency here. There's a sense of something really, it's almost like, your garden is being invaded by little bugs or something, and then you just you're rushing there, and you've got to figure out the best way to take care of this, And so I feel that there's something like that going on for you. It could be a financial thing, but I don't know so much that it is. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down right here. We're going to put Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it down in the comments. Let's use our intuition. Yeah, let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Yeah. All right, let's look around the room here. What do we see? Well, major arcana here, major arcana here. So we have a really sort of expansive life. This is something, it's Jupiter energy. It's something that really is growing. It's a lot of progress, I think, that you've been making. And I wonder if you've been building up your life in a certain way, this 10 of Pentacles, making a lot of progress. And it's maybe been a slow, kind of steady increase, right? But the Wheel of Fortune, it's big. It is something that's, maybe it's a business, growing, 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 growing. It's the tomato. It keeps getting bigger. Size of a watermelon now, this tomato, right? And things are just improving, improving, improving across the board. But then we kind of run into what is inevitably going to happen. There's going to be some interruption in that flow. There's going to be some challenge. There is, like for instance, anytime we get a 4, we start looking for the 5, right? Anytime we get an 8, and what do we have with the 8? Well, we have 2 4s, and we got 2 5s as well. And of course, we have 5 over here. But the point is that the successful path that you're on, no matter who you are, and I don't care who you ask, there's going to be bumps in the road. I think this is a bump in the road, okay? I think this is a bump in the road that's really leading you to even more success, wealth. It's leading you closer to your best life, okay? So this is something good resulting from all of this, okay? And we could be also still talking about this older male energy that might be having some sort of an issue and they need some assistance right now. I don't know if it's somebody who is kind of in need of help paying the bills, or if it's more of a physical thing than a financial thing. But I feel like somebody needs your assistance right now. Okay, that someone's not having the best day of their life right now. And so some of the resources that you have now, I feel like you're going to be using to help somebody else. Okay, but I feel that that's really going to be good for you overall. I think it's going to lead to an increase for you in some way. Okay. So we have our major arcana. Of course, the Hanged Man in the position of the environment is you being willing to put yourself into a little bit of a difficult position for the sake of somebody else. Okay? I was going to say we're willing to sacrifice ourselves for somebody else, but maybe that's too extreme. You're willing to kind of, let's say you're willing to share what you have, to help somebody out right now. Okay? I think it is going to be very well rewarded. Yeah. The Hanged Man is sometimes the card of, different perspectives, being able to see things from someone else's point of view, sure, but I kind of look at this as mikasa as sukasa, right? That what you have right now, it's kind of like this is someone that's very close to you, and so you're willing to give them the shirt right off your back. I feel like that's the kind of person you are. And so that there is taking place in your environment around you, somebody that is in need of some of the resources that you have. Okay? And of course, we've got a lot of fives and, a lot of fives here. So I think a really big idea in this reading is how much are you helping other people before you start to put yourself in a rather bad spot. Okay? So I'm not going to try to tell you, and the tarot's it's not telling you either, whether you should or should not help other people. Obviously, personally, I think we should, as much as we can, help other people, especially our loved ones, the people that are close to us. Where you draw the line, though, is a very personal thing. Okay, how much do you help, and how much of a hit are you willing to take? You still have to pay your bills. You still have struggles too. You're still trying to do a lot of things in your life, right? Anyway, so we got the Hanged Man in the environment, which it's very different from the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is someone who is on top of the world. The Hanged Man is somebody who may be having the worst day of their life, right? And there's a big gap between these two, okay? While there's a big gap, it also is sort of inherent in the Wheel of Fortune to say it may be a big gap, but it's also a very fine line. That we could go from the top of the wheel to the very bottom of the wheel very quickly. It's a long way to fall, but it could happen like that. Okay? So in some ways, this is about us being there, showing compassion, being there to support others and to help heal others, knowing that we could very easily be in a bad position too. Tomorrow or the next day or whenever, right? So I don't think anything necessarily is happening to you, but I feel that there is there's a call, right? A call to action for you to be there for someone else. Okay, I feel that it's an older male energy, and I almost wonder if it's somebody's. I don't know. I almost feel like there is that financial component. I don't feel like it's an illness or anything. I feel like, I don't know, like somebody's business isn't doing well and they're saying kind of, hey, can you bail me out? And you're just, I don't know. I could, but do I want to, right? And that's what we have with some of these other cards. But let's continue our gander around the table here. We've got our majors. We've got fire and fire. We've got just the water up here. We've got air and air, and then of course we've got our earth and our earth. So the fire energy really is about taking action, and it's about the quickness with which this has kind of come upon you. We did not expect that. We were here just watering our plants, having a good old day. And then suddenly, maybe it's an Aries person, maybe not. Somebody just kind of swoops in and says, hey, it's an emergency. I need you. You got to help me out here. And Five of Wands, I think your instinct is to say, well, of course, yeah. What do you want me to do? I'll do anything. This is down beneath the surface. This is who you are. You're willing to fight for a friend. You're willing to stand up for yourself, stand up for other people. You don't like bullies. If there's something going on and someone is in trouble, you're there. You're there, and you're okay. What do we need? Let's do it. Yeah. That's the kind of person that you are. You're a very, very reliable friend, or family member, or whatever's going on here. And sometimes I think sometimes you're too ready to leap into action. Someone's in trouble, you're the first one jumping in. But we have to, in this case, sort of weigh things out a little bit. It's not so black and white this time. It's not just, yeah, of course I'm going to jump in. Yes, but to which degree? And for how long until you say, hey, I'm putting myself in a very dangerous spot too, and I gotta back away from this. Okay, feels more financial than it does anything else. And I think the Five of Wands is you being capable of gauging the degree to which you're going to jump in. It's a Five of Wands. It's all about how tightly are we going to grab? How far are we going to reach for something? How hot are we turning up the burner on the stove? Being able to sort of be in control of our efforts. Yeah, being able to go full charge, full speed ahead, or how to kind of, I'll just hang back, I'll help out a little bit, but I can't get involved, because you have a lot going on in your life that you cannot compromise, right? The Wheel of Fortune, and I don't know what you do for work or what your financial situation is like, but I know that you're trying to work your way up to the top of the wheel, and you don't want to end up at the bottom of the wheel. The Hanged Man, I think, looks like they're at the bottom of the wheel, right? It looks like they're between the rubber and the road, getting sort of squished. That's not a good place to be. You don't want to be there. So we've got this Wheel of Fortune in the background. And it kind of is kind of a card of karma. It says that, we're going to try not to judge other people because we could very easily be in their position. I'm not going to get mad at people who are successful because one day I'm going to be that person who's successful, right? I'm not going to hate on people that are down on their luck, so to speak, because I've been there, could very well be there again. Okay? But you've got your own karma to work out already. You've got your own path. You've got your own climb up this ladder in this life, whatever you're doing in life, right? And we don't want to compromise this. So it's nuanced, right? It's kind of a difficult thing to figure out. Excuse me, the Five of Cups at the top of the path is us kind of trying to be, not even trying to be. We can't help but be moved by this person's plight. Okay? That we have, it's tugging at our heartstrings. I don't like to see my friends suffer, my family members suffer. And honestly, I think this person's going to ask you for money. That's what it comes down to. And you're going to want to give it to them. It's going to hit you in the heart. And so we have the heart, in this case, we've got the heart and the will kind of trying to figure each other out. Because if we're really if we're hit in our heartstrings, right, something's really plucking at our heartstrings, we're going to be sort of compelled to take action. But then the will might push back a little bit and say, no, nope, this could be tough love. I can't bail him out again. Or I can't take that much time off work. I can't put myself in a disadvantage because of this, as much as I may want to, whatever the details of the situation are. Okay? And so there's a wrestling between that emotional energy that's pulling at you and then your will that just says, I got to be strong, I got to do the right thing. What is the right thing? What do we do in this situation? Well, moving forward, we see the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is valor. The Seven of Wands is doing the right thing even when you know that the odds are against you, or even when you know there's going to be a big push against you, right? When you're up against tremendous forces and you're still doing the right thing. Sometimes this is the David and Goliath card, that here we are, little old David, thinking that we can go up against this Goliath. Yeah, well, we can. You can do it and you can fix the problem. You can succeed at this. You can keep fighting until you win, but it would cost, right? And I guess with this too, it's kind of, is this your battle to fight? Yeah. We've got the Five of Swords over here in the difficult position, of course. And when we're on the path of the dove, that position, the position of the obstacle or whatever you want to call it, this position is the card we don't want. Right now when we're in this, we don't want to think about it. We don't want the deliberation. We don't want the Five of Swords, right? When we're here, this is the card we don't want. Because what we want to do is realize that we have the resources to help out. We care about it. We have the will. We're going to do it straightforward. There's no doubt. There's no confusion. There's no deliberation. There's no thinking about it. It's just kind of automatic. Yeah, of course, you're my homie. I'm going to jump in. I'm not even going to think twice. But when we get to the path of the serpent, which we're going to do now, this card, this position becomes what we need, right? It's not we don't want it, we need it, okay? This isn't, 1993. We don't just jump into everything that we, when our friends are in trouble and we're just right in. I mean, that's my own self, high school years. But as we talk about the path of the serpent, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything, right? It really does support the channel, and I appreciate that. So as your general energy, we've got this image of our best life. It's kind of like, back in the day, yeah, I wouldn't have thought twice about it, jumping right in. But now different. Now you have to ask yourself, what are you risking? What are you putting on the line in order to do this? It feels like you're helping somebody else. Maybe that's not quite resonating with you, but something that you're being sort of compelled to do. Something that you feel that when you were younger, you would have just rushed right forward and done it. Now you're thinking twice about it. Now you need to think twice about it because I think you have a lot more at stake. Okay? This is the picture of your best life. This is everything. This is your friends, your family, your pets, your plants, your house. This is your car. This is your physical health. This is your spiritual life, your spiritual path. This is your community service. This is your charity. This is everything. Right? And I think this is what we have to, it's in your general energy, right? This is something that I think you've been building up your life for a long time. You've worked very hard to get where you are today. Very, very hard, right? And with this card, right next to the Hanged Man, the question has to be asked, what are you willing to sacrifice in order to do this? Is this worth what it's going to cost you? Okay? And now I said that there is the possibility that this was some kind of investment almost, right? That somebody, if they needed a bailout, they okay, fine, you can have it, maybe you're going to get it back with a little interest and you're going to be better off than you were before, maybe. But the idea with the Seven of Wands, don't count on it. If you loan somebody money, don't think of it as a loan. Don't expect you'll ever get it back. Think of it as a gift. And are you in a position right now in your life, Hanged Man, are you in a position in your life right now that you can afford to give a gift of this magnitude? If it's money, if it's energy, if it's love, if it's time, or if it's space, or if it's physical goods, stuff, things. That's the question. That's why we need the Five of Swords. Because right now in your life, you're older now. You've got to ask yourself, maybe in high school I wouldn't have cared, or just jump right in, whatever. You need the car? Yeah, take the car. But now we need the Five of Swords. We have to ask ourselves the question. We have to doubt. We have to be suspicious. We have to look at all the different angles of something, right? And maybe the older male energy, maybe that's not really a factor here. Maybe that's a separate issue. Maybe that's just somebody that you're kind of taking care of. Maybe this is all about, how much time and energy that you're putting into, to taking care of somebody or helping them with maybe they are older, right? Taking care of their daily activities and, maybe you're cleaning the house for them, you're cooking their meals, you're doing all this stuff, taking care of somebody who's ailing or who is a bit aged. It could be that. It could be that. It could be somebody who is urgently saying, I need some money, quick. I need the car, quick, Whatever it may be. You're at a time in your life where you have to ask yourself what you're willing to give away as a gift. Because whatever you put into this, don't expect to get it back. Okay? The Five of Swords is you asking that question. The Four of Cups at the end. It's a card of luxury, right? It's the card to me of emotions that have been stabilized, a situation now that is it's calm. That the storm has passed. I feel like this fire energy right here is sort of creating a bit of a storm. We have all these fives. It's kind of a lot going on all at once. Now things have chilled. Okay. And I think this is your heart being okay. This is your heart being settled. You're not jumping for joy. Right? Things aren't excellent, but you're okay. Now, is this because you decided not to get involved and now it's starting to sort of settle and you feel okay about it? Or this is that you have given all of this away as a gift and you're trying to just be okay with it, right? The tarot's not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Tarot is meant to provide you a snapshot of the energy as it exists now, show you where there are some trends, show you some of the things that you need to see in this situation so that you can make an informed choice, so that you can take agency of your life and of your decisions. Okay? It seems like there is, we could look at the Seven of Wands, and it is sort of the pivotal card, right? Going from this side to this side. It's the pivotal card, but we could look at that in two ways, right? Because you're doing the right thing, even though it is very, very difficult. And that could be sacrificing everything that you've saved to help somebody out and not expecting to get that money back, right? Or it could be the other way. It could be you doing the right thing, making sure that what you have is safe, your family, your pets, your plants, your people, right? Keep your house in order. Don't jeopardize your life or the people or things that you're responsible for. But it's a tough thing to do, to let the other person, fight for their own, And not an easy predicament to be in, and I don't envy you at all. Let's do a little inspiration here. We'll do a botanical inspiration card real quick, just real quick. Affection and determination. The morning glory, which blooms for a day, differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. Interesting. So, that actually is pretty That's pretty right on the money, because it is, it's kind of it's a card of impermanence. It's a message of impermanence, right? So something that is here but temporarily, something that's only in your life for one day. It's here and then it's gone, right? That's powerful. As powerful as something that is going to be in your life for, 100 years. Something that sticks around, right? And so is this talking about, the impermanence of wealth, to kind of say, hey, if, I earned it once, I can just earn it again. So it's no problem here. I can give somebody everything that they're asking of me, and I'll just, I'll earn it back, It could be. We could look at it that way. Yeah. I don't know. Let's look at the mystery card. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest with you. I mean, that's one way of looking at it, but I don't know. Mystery card, though. Maybe we'd like an ace to show that you're coming to a decision, and you know what you need to do, and your heart's going to be okay with it. Your heart, it's gonna be okay for you. But at least we maybe can get a decision. Yeah. We could do the yes or no coin, but I don't know if I want to do that. Let's check the mystery card. The Star. The Star is asking you to really take a look inside. Yeah. To sit with this, really meditate on this. Ask for guidance from Spirit. Right? Because I think we have something here of a duty to to help fellow travelers on our spiritual journeys, our sacred quests in life. There's a duty to help others that we find along the way. There is also a duty for you to safeguard and protect those that rely on you. Okay. If you're giving away all your food to people who are in need, but then you and your family starve, that doesn't seem right either. Okay. So I think in this case, we really are looking for a spiritual revelation. We need some sort of spiritual insight here to give us the idea of what to do. And the Star card is something that's saying, look within. Right? Look within. Ask yourself, if you feel compelled in one direction or the other, ask yourself, why do you feel pulled in that direction? If it's a yes, why do you feel automatically that you should do it? Really get to the bottom of that. See where your karmic blockages are. See where your knots of energy are that are that you have this tendency to go in that direction, to give everything away. Or on the other side of things, that you have this automatic, nope, no way, no how, not a dime, right? Ask yourself why you feel compelled in that way. Maybe the Star card with our vessels of water is, kind of saying that we can offer a little bit, but not everything. And maybe this idea of moderation can come to the foreground of this card. Now, usually we get the Temperance card, right? Or the Art card, or even the Libra energy, the Adjustment card. But no, we have the Star card here. Do what in your spirit you know is right, but do it in the proper measure. Okay? It's easy to look at it black and white, yes or no. Well, it's not that black and white. It's nuanced, right? There are degrees of yes. There are degrees of no. Okay. We're going to do an extended reading. I would like for you to stick around for that. There's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Taurus are on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we are all in this together.